these protests don't work. Here's why. Is it because black lives don't matter? Of course they do. So do Hispanic lives, so do white lives, so do African lives. Is it because of the Michael Brown situation and the Eric Garner situation? Is it because those situations aren't sad? Of course they are. And tragic. Just like a million situations that happen in this country every single day. So why are they pointless and don't work? Well, the battle here is in the minds. It's not on the streets to get legal rights. Bias is something that's very, very internal and mental. It's very, very hard to prove someone is biased against you. So the only way you can change bias is you change the bias. How do you change the bias? You can't change the bias by telling someone, hey, think differently of me. Think better of me. Here's an analogy. At your job, there's a boss or an employee that you don't like. Imagine going and getting some protest stuff and going to the office and saying, change your opinion of me. Change your opinion of me. Blocking them as they're going to the water cooler. Change your opinion of me. The chances of them changing their opinion of you is almost zero. How can they change their opinion of you? Well, first of all, sometimes it might never happen. And if it does happen, it happens over time. Slowly, as your relationship evolves. But you're not going to have someone change their opinion of you by them just saying, change your opinion of you. Now, it's sickening me because I'm reading this article about students skipping class to go protest. You just wanted to skip class. You're telling me I'm reading this article that this kid is like, it's such a big moment in history. No, it's not that it's not a big moment in history and it's not something important. But your priorities are wrong and misplaced. Your work is in the classroom. That's where the work matters more than on the streets. Because if all these students are skipping class to protest, then who's learning? Knowledge is power. How are you attaining this power if you're not sitting there learning? Now you want these schools to accommodate you and give you extra time to do your assignments? But I know if I was a student and I hadn't studied or anything like that, I would go protest. If the school does that, I would go protest. Because I would say, hey, I was protesting. This, that, and the third. Give me more time to do my assignments. Or I could just lie and say I was protesting. It's ridiculous. It's a marathon, not a sprint. That's not gonna work unless you accept that it's a marathon. It's your deck of cards. Sometimes it's a lifelong marathon. You might never change people's opinion of you or change people's opinion of one race. But you have to accept what position you're in. You have to either make it work for you or don't. The biases is in every aspect of life. From your family to your job to even places you buy stuff from. Think about it. What opinion do you have of Walmart before you walk in? You're going to get crappy service and there are going to be long lines. Even if the line shouldn't be as long as it is, people still get in that line. Why shouldn't the line be as long as it is? Because the self-checkout is wide open. But when people get in line at Walmart, they just automatically assume that there's no other way to get out of here quicker than to stand in these lines. Because they think, oh, Walmart's known for long lines. I'm not going to go check the self-checkout. Somebody else must have already checked it and said, let me go stand in this line. It's better. Happened to me the last time I went to Walmart. Well, self-checkout actually had a long line, but there was one register open in that self-checkout that I didn't notice till I got inside the self-checkout area. But that one register said cards only, and I was paying with the card. And I'm like, why is this attendant just sitting here relaxing, like literally leaning? When there's people in line that I'm pretty sure have cards. I don't know the statistics on how many people use cards at Walmart, but I'm sure a lot of people use cards at Walmart. So why wouldn't you just say, hey, there's a register open here. Somebody who has a card, come use it. I wonder how long that line got just because that person didn't say, hey, there's a register open. No, people accept it because people have already formed an opinion of Walmart before they walked in. Crappy service, long line. All right, oh well, I still need toothpaste, paint, shoes, toilet paper, and everything else a Walmart can sell you at the same time.